Good evening, good night, good morning. To anyone who's watching this, this is going to be a video on some beginner tips on meditation. I get a lot of questions about how do I love myself more? How do I get through this? How do I get through that? And I know some people are getting irritated or they look at me a little funny when I say everything can be solved, almost anything can be solved with meditation. To really go into this concept, I think that we have to realize that this is a very small part of our soul. This manifestation, this human body is a very, very small part of what we really are. There is a higher version of us that's all-knowing, that chose to come to earth, and that's a whole different story. There's a whole different version of us that a lot of times in spirituality we refer to as our higher selves. So what meditation really allows us to do is to become one with our higher selves more, or to communicate with our higher selves. And in a lot of ways, our higher selves has all the answers. Now, it's not just gonna be like a chat room where you ask questions and this is an amazing infinite bank of answers. Our higher self does have a blueprint of some of the answers we may be seeking. And even beyond this, meditation allows us to get closer to God or our creator, or whatever you want to call it. The ability to quiet your mind and the ability to be able to shut out everything that's going on this plane, to center yourself and to focus and to really shut out everything really allows you to become in touch with what is really going on. We talk a lot about in spirituality that anything that you could ever want you have within yourself, and it just takes the ability to focus and the ability to shut out everything to realize that. So when people ask me questions and people want to know answers to things, my first answer is meditation, because all the answers you could ever want is inside yourself. And even if you don't think they are, the ability to center yourself enough to focus strictly on your being and breathing, and then be able to center yourself, really clears your head to answer your own questions. And it clears your head to be able to listen to your intuition and to listen to your higher self trying to, relay these messages to you. And even beyond this, a lot of people talk a lot about spiritual experiences that they have once they've really mastered the art of meditation, such as, messages from your spirit guides, messages from your angels, being able to talk to God. I've heard even people talk about being able to awaken their clairaudient abilities through meditation. This one woman was talking about how once she really got down the art of meditating for more than 30 minutes and with ease, she all of a sudden heard, "Finally you can hear us," which is a crazy concept to, grasp, but I think that's really telling of how the art of meditation is so important. And I think also, to wrap up this beginning section, we are conditioned as humans in a society to have certain thought patterns that the government or whatever wants us to have, concerning money, concerning ourselves, concerning relationships with other people. And not even that, beyond the things that we're conditioned to believe, as humans, we're social creatures. We have social media, we have all these outlets for us to be able to connect with each other. And a lot of times morals get muddy. And a lot of times, these energetic exchanges that we have through the internet are affecting our subconscious a lot more than we think that they are. So meditation really allows us to block all that out and really focus on our inner voice and what we truly believe versus what we're constantly being fed. Meditation really allows you to unplug. So, with that all being said, here are some great tips on meditation that for beginners are really helpful. So the first advice I would ever give someone is to start off small. Don't go in full, whatever. I mean, if you want to, you can, but you can't really sit there and be like, all right, so I'm gonna meditate for an hour and this is about to be the best experience of my life. It's probably not gonna happen like that. Start off small. I would recommend not even starting off with meditating. I would recommend doing things with intention and doing things in a meditative state. So small things like like washing dishes, or small things like folding clothes. In the shower, that's something that we do every day or every other day, or whatever you want to do. I would suggest doing these things in a meditative state. So doing these things with the intention of feeling every movement, with the intention of being present in the moment and feeling and really touching your body or the dishes or whatever you're doing, and doing it in a meditative state to where you're putting all your effort and your consciousness directed into this one action or this one set of actions. And just be present, be here, and appreciate everything as you're doing it. If we're gonna do a shower meditation, appreciate the water, feel it go on you, appreciate the soap that you're using, feel it, lather your skin when you're drying yourself off, and really see it as a process rather than a chore. So I would say start off with that, and then I would say go into doing meditation. Start off as small as you want. If you want to do 2 minutes, then do 2 minutes, and then go up to 5 minutes, and then go up to 10 minutes, and then go up to 15 minutes. So what I try to do personally is do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night. Your brain is a muscle. Okay, so that means that you have to work up to 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 to an hour. It's not just gonna happen automatically. Be kind to yourself, and only doing 5-minute meditations for the next 2 months, then do that if that's what you feel like you can do, because it's all a practice and we're all on a journey, and it doesn't freaking matter what anyone else says as long as it works for you. So start off small, right? Then the next thing I would suggest for beginners is to do guided meditations. A lot of people talk about how, I can't quiet my mind, I can't stop thinking when I meditate, things like that. Well, first I would say it's okay for you to not be able to quiet your mind. The trick is not to quiet your mind, but the trick is to, observe your thoughts and feelings objectively rather than feel them and be really engaging with them. The trick is to step back from them. Second of all, to help that, I would suggest doing guided meditations. So there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of guided meditations on YouTube. I personally use the app Eternal Sunshine. And find what works for you, find what you like, find who you like, or the sounds that you like to meditate to, and then go from there. So say you've done all this. You've done guided meditations, you've done mindfulness practices, you've done all of this, and you still can't seem to concentrate. My suggestion is to really focus on your breathing. This is one of the best and easiest ways to concentrate during meditation. So when I leave meditations on my page, which I do Saturday morning gratitude meditation is one of my favorite things to do. Gratitude is one of the best things you could do to improve your life. But when I do meditations, I ask everyone to focus on their breath. So what you can do is you can put one hand over your chest and one hand over your stomach, and your chest should not be moving. I've learned throughout the months and the years of me trying to be more mindful is that we're really not activating a lot of the power that we have in our breath through the regular breathing that we do, which is honestly pretty shallow. So what you're gonna do is, rather than breathing through your chest and have your chest expand, you're gonna want to put your hand on your stomach and breathe in through your stomach. So not only are you filling your chest when you're doing this, you're filling your whole abdomen and your whole stomach when you're practicing this. So start off breathing. And notice how you're intentionally filling your lungs and your stomach. So you're really putting more effort into this because this is a very much deeper form of breathing than you're used to, and because you're diverging so much of your effort and your mind power and your physical power into breathing through your stomach, it's a lot easier for you to clear your mind by doing this. And like I said before, do not be so hard on yourself. It's okay. Meditation is not easy. It's like a sport. It takes practice, and the benefits are so worth it. And then once you really master the art of basic meditation, you can dive into doing specific meditations for different things, such as opening up your chakras, or having a line of open communication with your angels and your guardian angels, and those things are so beautiful. These are my tips and tricks for for beginning for meditation. Thank you so much to Earth Angel who sent me these amazing earrings. I appreciate you so much. Everyone go check out her page. She is a very talented jewelry maker, and I will of course leave all her information in the bio and in the caption. Of course, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to comment, let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Mwah. Peace, love, and light.